We are not going to help you with anything. I want you to handle everything that has to do with your husband yourself, Andrea. Please stop thinking that just because I'm married to your oldest son, that we have to help you with everything. What? Ashley? I heard from Ruben already. You asked him to go and help out with his father while he's in the hospital. That is something you can handle all on your own, so don't be asking my husband to go there and help you. Just because he's your child does not make him your slave. That's not at all how I think of my children. I was just told by the doctor that my husband will be in the hospital for some time now, and considering that the new hospital is much closer to your guys' house than it is to mine, I thought it would be better to ask Ruben for the help. I was never meaning for that to seem as though I'd be making him handle everything for me. I wonder about that. I'm sure the moment he started to help out, you'd begin complaining about your knees or something and make him do everything. You can't handle all that simple work because you're so lazy, so you just make my husband and I do all the work. Well, that was never my intention though, Ashley. Anyway, my family will not be helping you with anything, especially since Ruben has become a lot more busy at work recently. He never has any time during the week to catch a break, so he really has to have his weekends to himself or he'll begin to fall apart. We have to have Saturday and Sunday in order to spend some time together or else I'm going to go mad. So don't expect that either of us will be using our time to come out and help you. That's why I never said he had to come out every week. I just asked that around once a month would be good enough and a huge help for me. And since Ruben is his son as well, my husband would be very happy to see him. It would be nice to have our son come out to the hospital and see his dad while he's going through his treatments. If I've already said that it's going to be impossible, please stop talking about it. If your husband really wants to see his son's face, then have him look at some pictures. That should keep him happy, right? Then, at the very least, can you help out? I heard about this from Ruben already, but earlier this year you quit your part-time job, right? If you have all that time on your hands now, it would really be generous of you to come out and help a little every so often. Really, I just need you to go into the hospital once or twice a month to see your father-in-law and listen to what the doctors and nurses have to say about him. Huh? And why should I have to come and help you? I'm not your guys' actual daughter. You have no right asking a complete stranger to come and help you out like that. But you keep telling me that my actual son isn't allowed to come and help us. No frickin' way. This is the exact reason why I hate you so much. If my son isn't going to help out, then I'll ask my daughter-in-law to do it. I really missed out on getting myself a proper mother-in-law, didn't I? Excuse me? Just know that no matter what you try and say, we're not coming to help you and your husband. When the husband is in trouble, it's his wife's job to go help. Your husband was kind enough to keep you around all this time, so you go ahead and take care of him and his recovery all by yourself.
Yo, Mom, what is going on here? I was listening to all the voicemails that were left for me, and there was one from you. Did you really end up putting Dad into an old folks home?
Yes, I really did. Dad is out of the hospital and all now, but he doesn't have any strength and still requires a lot of attention. The hospital told me he'd never be able to walk on his own again and would need to live in a wheelchair now. So I had a talk with some of the faculty at the hospital about what my options were, and they said the best thing to do was put him into an old folks' home.
No way, Mom. So Dad's really going to a home now?
Had you and Ashley been able to come over and help from time to time, then I would have thought a bit more about keeping him here at home. But you both are too busy to come and help, right? And since I'm getting old myself, it's becoming too much for me to have to carry him around and do everything in the house. So because of that, I'm really sorry, but your dad has to stay in that home. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from here. I'll make sure to handle all the paperwork and bills for the old folks' home, so don't you worry about that.
Wait. You can't do that to him, Mom. There is no way you could just put Dad into a facility like that now. Stop trying to be so selfish now and stay home with Dad and take care of him yourself.
Excuse me?
Do you have any idea how much it'll cost to have Dad put into one of these homes? that would be a waste of good money. If you just get off your butt and take care of him at home, then it won't cost a penny.
If you're worried about money, don't be. Both your dad and I have made sure to save up a lot of money throughout the years for things like this. I have the money to put him up for a few years there.
What are you talking about? All that money you and Dad worked so hard for to save up is supposed to go to us after you've both gone. And considering you both never really had that great of jobs, you can't have all that much money saved up, right? Yet, do you want to use whatever you have left sending Dad away like that? You'd only be wasting Ashley's and my inheritance that way.
Excuse me, Reuben, what the actual hell do you think you're talking about right now? Who the hell do you think you are to worry about your inheritance at a time like this? None of this money your dad and I have is yours, so don't you dare speak to me like that again, you idiot!
You're the freaking idiot, Mom. Using that money which should be ours on someone else like Dad? You were totally healthy, Mom, so stop being so lazy and help care for your husband. No way am I going to let you put Dad into a home like that just because you want to relax and have all that time to yourself. You have no right sending the man you spent so many years married to away like that.
It's because he and I have been happily married for this long that I want him to have a better life there than here. I would feel much more happy with my husband going into that home and being cared for by professionals than having him here all alone with just me. Do you have another plan that you care to share with me? Would you and your wife be willing to actually leave that house of yours and come out to help the family for once?
You know we can't be asked to do that. I'm busy with work right now and Ashley shouldn't have to care for Dad. I'm just asking that you get off your butt and take care of Dad yourself is all. I will not allow you to put my dad into one of those expensive old folks' homes.
Jesus Christ, Reuben.
Now, you take care of my old man, and you make sure to take good care of him for Ashley and myself as well.
Ashley, what the hell is all of this about now? There are just these huge boxes addressed from you showing up at my house now. I tried calling Reuben about all of this, but he won't answer me. Oh, so all our things are already showing up there. Well, can you make sure to put all those boxes in the living room for us? Answer my frickin' question, Ashley. What the hell are all these boxes doing at my house? I have a funeral to get to today for my husband, so tell me why I have all these boxes dropped off at my house. What? The funeral is supposed to be today? Well, then, can you make sure to have all those boxes moved up to the second floor for us? Both Reuben and I feel that with this chance, we're finally going to move back into that house now. What? You're moving into my house? We never thought that your husband would end up kicking that can so quickly. And it's not fair to have only you living in that massive house all by yourself now, right? Therefore, Reuben and I had a little discussion about it, and that's where we decided that we'd use this chance to move into that house with you. So, in other words, you guys are invading my house now? I never thought that the two of you would be so kind as to move in with me. I'm actually really happy to hear this wonderful news from you. You shouldn't be, because we're not actually going to be living there with you. Are you kidding me? You actually think the both of us would move into that house with the intentions of living with you? But you both are going to be moving into this house with me now, right? Correct, but not with you living there as well. So please hurry up and get out of there once you have all of our things carried in, Andrea. From now on, it will be Reuben and I that are living in that house as just the two of us. Excuse me? But I truly did forget that today was the day of your husband's funeral. I was thinking today would be the perfect day to move in. I guess since it'll be too much of a pain in the butt for us to come there today, we'll be moving in tomorrow instead. You hold it right there, Ashley. Are you really trying to kick me out of my own house right now so that you and my son can live here without me? The fact that you'd even think about kicking out an old woman like me, when Reuben hears about this, he'll be pissed. You think so? I'm not sure why he'd be pissed off when he was the one that said this plan was okay. Actually, this was his plan in the first place, Andrea. What? We had actually been wondering if we should have a new house built for us or not. But around this part of town, the land is all really expensive to buy, and there was no chance of us affording it. However, as we were starting to give up on the idea of getting a new house built, Ruben's dad died. He then said we could go and get your guys' old house and renovate it into something brand new and modern. So we've both agreed that we'll be taking your house now and putting some elbow grease into it and making it look brand new and amazing. There's no way Ruben would say that. So, now that you're aware of everything, I'd like you to get all of your things together after the funeral and get lost. We would really like to get started on all the renovations soon. Even if you're asking me to leave, where am I supposed to go? I'm too old now to be finding myself a new house on my own. Can't you both at least find me a place to move to before you come and take this house? Huh? We don't care what happens to you after this. Just go and find yourself a room at an old folks' home or something. Excuse me? It's probably really difficult for a single woman your age to find an apartment that will accept you, right? So I guess the only option you have left is an assisted living home. Then we won't have to worry about you ever again. What the hell, Ashley? You both were telling me the whole time before that I couldn't put my husband into a home like that because it would cost way too much money. Yet when it benefits the both of you, you're all open to having me put in one? Back then, neither Ruben or I knew a lot about those kinds of places. But recently, we had a look at some of the cheaper homes, and man, are they cheap. If you put yourself in one of those old and run-down homes out in the middle of nowhere, it should only cost around $500 a month. So if you can go to one of those places, please do. So, you're just fine throwing me into one of those old places without even thinking about letting me stay somewhere new and comfortable? You both aren't going to make me pay for wherever I go, right? You're going to pay for the home so that I no longer have to live here, right? Huh? Why would either of us be paying for you to go into one of those homes? Go ahead and do your best to pay for one of those places using your Social Security and as little of your savings as possible, please. Neither Ruben or myself are going to give you a single penny. Well, I'll be. I'm sure in your state you'll only be around a little while longer, right? So you shouldn't have any problems with leaving this house now and finding a rundown home to go live in, right? Now, you'd better hurry up and find yourself one of those super cheap old folks' homes before the day is over. From now on, that massive house of yours will be Ruben's and mine. Get out of our way now, you old dying hag. I'll give you all I have then. Oh, come on now. You're really going to give us all that money your husband left you and whatever you had yourself as well? What's happened to you, Andrea? I've had enough of the both of you, and I mean that with all my heart. Today's the day of the funeral of my dear husband, and I didn't expect either of you to come at all to see him buried. But then these boxes all started to show up to my house with your guys' names on them, saying you're taking my house now. Now that I've finally been driven up the wall by you two, I'm taking this house and all my money and giving it to you. Will that be enough to get you both to leave me alone forever? If you can promise me that, then I'll make sure to give you both everything that was in my husband's will and the house. That's a deal! Then once this funeral is all over with, I'll grab what little I have and be gone. Now you both enjoy the trashed estate that I'm leaving behind for you. This is all coming from my husband's will for you both, so please take that as something very special. What? What do you mean by trashed estate? Well, I'm sorry, but there will be a lot of people coming soon for my husband's funeral. I'll have to be going now. Please excuse me. Hey, Andrea, what the heck is wrong with this whole house? The whole second floor is filled with trash and smells like rotting sewage. Hey, don't be saying all that about the house, all right? This has all been left for you two by your late father, and it should be respected for that very reason. You both asked to have the place, so please talk about it in a more fitting manner. Huh? How the hell is this house supposed to be respected as a gift from your husband? All the awnings in this house are broken, and the chairs in the house are all trashed with tears in them. And the dining table is so old that it looks like there's mold growing in the wood. What the actual hell happened to this place, especially the second floor? That's the house your father-in-law left for you two. Just before he passed away, he was collecting all these old and useless things and putting them upstairs. Things like those old dishes and the umbrellas, all those old clothes, the broken machines and electronics. And what was even more interesting is that even though he was bound to a wheelchair, late at night he'd leave the house and go off somewhere. What? Just in the middle of the night, he'd leave the house and wander off. After being discharged from the hospital, his head really went downhill and he became very senile. He would leave the house all night and come back in the early morning with all that junk and have me take it upstairs for him. To him, though, he thought of all of those things as presents for me that he'd gone out and bought. He thought all of this garbage was presents for you? When he was younger, he'd always come home with small little gifts for me. He was always thankful for the work I did caring for the house and the kids, so he'd bring me flowers and cake and other little treats to make up for all that. So considering the fact that he was so senile and was probably just thinking about how things were in the past with getting me all those presents, I couldn't throw any of it away. So I did as he said and took it all upstairs and dumped it in the rooms. I had tried just one time to try and toss some of that junk, but when he saw me taking it to the trash, he freaked out and started to ask why I didn't love him anymore. That's why all that junk stayed up there and never got thrown away. So that's why you told us to enjoy this trashed estate? We can't even get to half of the second floor because there's all this mounds of junk laying around. Well, if you just close some of the doors up there and leave it all be, you shouldn't notice any of the stench. I was planning on having all that junk cleaned out by professionals after my husband passed away so that I wouldn't hurt his feelings any. But both you and my son really wanted that house from me so badly, I had no other choice but to hand it to you both as part of my son's inheritance. That was a huge help, though, doing that for me. Are you kidding me right now? You do something about all this trash right now. Why do Ruben and I have to be the ones to clean up your husband's mess now? I told you that I'd be giving you guys everything that my husband left behind, right? In other words, all that he left behind was that house and its junk, which makes all of it your guys' junk now. So you both please clean it up yourselves. I'd gotten in touch with some professional cleaners before the funeral to ask about how much it cost to clean out that place, and they told me around $15,000. $15,000? That's the amount it cost to clean this whole house for us? There would be a lot of things they'd need to go through and clean, and a lot of machinery would need to be used as well. There also doesn't happen to be a whole lot of professional cleaners in this city. Out of the 3 companies I asked, they were all saying it cost around that much to get the job done. You have to be kidding me. Oh, but you both have already kicked me out of there, so you can go ahead and do whatever you please with the place. Just remember that that's what he inherited from his dad, so he should treat it with some form of respect. Shut the hell up about that, Andrea. The only option we have now is to throw all of this away. What the hell were you thinking? You told us you'd be giving us everything you had before leaving. We thought we'd be getting more money and things like that from you that you got from your husband. We don't want this trash anymore, so just give us some money. You have to still have something that you're hiding from us, right? I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's nothing else that I'm hiding. What my husband left behind was that house and whatever junk is inside it. What are you talking about? Back when you said you wanted to put him in an old folks' home, you said there was more than enough money to do so. But then we both asked that you take care of your husband at home and not waste all that money on putting him in a home, right? You saved all that money by not having to send him away, so that should all be coming to us now, right? I suppose I did save money by not having to put my husband in a home, but that money was going to be coming from my own savings account. My husband never had the money to put himself into one of those homes for very long. What? What are you talking about right now, Andrea? What's going on here? To be honest, he was never really that good at saving money as I was. He was the one paying for the house and all the food and bills, which made me very happy. But with the rest of that money, he'd spend it on presents for me and on himself, never bothering to put any of it away. Well, that's why the only savings he and I ever had came from the money I made working part-time. And since it was all being saved up by me, I became the sole holder of that account. No way! So, really, the only things that my husband had in his will was the house, all the junk in it, and a couple $100 he had left over. I think the things you both have been hoping for all this time is the money that I currently hold. You're lying. So this old house and all the garbage in it is all we're able to get from him? We at least wanted enough money in order to pay off some of our debt. Now, I have some things to get back to, Ashley. I'll never be going back to that dump anymore, so go ahead and do whatever you want with it.
Hey, Mom. We will take care of all of that trash that's been piling up on the second floor. We'll even pay for the cleaners to come in and take care of the deeper and more hard-to-get stuff. So please, can you come back here and live with us from now on?
Huh? You really think I want to talk to you again after the way you behaved a while back? Weren't you both so excited to kick me out of the house and take all the things your dad left behind for you?
We had planned to really enjoy this house, but the money to get it renovated, I had thought that Dad would have had some money to give me as well in the will. But, he honestly has no money for me, does he?
What? What was that?
Well, look, you took care of Dad his last few months in the house, right? I thought that since you didn't have to waste all the money on sending him into an old folks' home, that money would be coming to me. That was how I convinced Ashley into moving here, because we both thought we could renovate the place without spending a dime.
So you were serious about wanting your dad's money that badly? I'm sure you've heard part of this from your wife, but there is nothing left in your dad's accounts. You both do your best to save up what you can and use that money.
We don't even have any savings ourselves, though. I'm still hiding all of this from Ashley, but at the beginning of this year, the company I worked for went and restructured everything. Because of that, we seriously have nothing in our accounts.
What? The company went through layoffs, is what you're saying?
Things weren't going so good with the last CEO, so he was kicked out and a new person came in who wanted lots of change. And for the longest time now, I've been in charge of making all the money that goes into our savings. So I went and took little by little out of what we did have saved up and claimed that that was my paycheck every month.
I can't believe that's the way you went through all your savings.
There was all the bills for things like our health insurance, car insurance, and so much more. But before all of this happened, I had been talking with Ashley about us getting our new house built. However, over time, I couldn't afford something like that anymore, so I brought up the idea that we could get my dad's house and renovate that. Then I'd be able to hide the fact that I didn't have any real money coming in anymore.
And that's when you found out the house you got was in tatters, right? And you don't even have the money to pay for the place to be renovated either, right? You've gone through all the savings you had trying to hide the fact that you have been unemployed this whole time. So this is all what's been going on with you?
Please, Mom. I get that Dad didn't have much money when he passed, but you have to still have a bit, right? I'll let you come back and live with us as long as you pay for the house to be renovated for us. I'll make sure to get Ashley to help me, and we can save up enough money to hire some cleaners to come in and do a deep clean. And I'll make sure to tell her to be more kind to you from now on.
No thank you, Reuben. I'm doing just as I was told and going into a retirement home. Actually, I've already found myself a place to stay and I'm doing all the paperwork right now.
What? You're already working on the paperwork?
Back when I was looking for a place for your dad, I also started to look around a little for myself. The people at the hospital were also a bit worried about the fact that not even my own son cared to help his parents any and gave me some good recommendations. I was able to care for Dad outside the hospital, but they were wondering what would happen to me after. And the place they recommended is so amazing.
Mom, come on now. You don't have to put yourself in a place as lonely as an old folks' home. I'm sure that you'll need help with something soon, so you can rely on Ashley and myself for that. So please, come back here and live with us. And please, use some of your savings to help us.
No way in hell, Reuben. No way in hell. I'm really looking forward to all the new people I'll be meeting at this place. I'll be able to chat with all of them about their lives and talk about the lovely life I had with your father. And neither my selfish son or his brainless wife will get in the way of that.
No way.
Now, you and Ashley have a great time living in that nasty house. I'm no longer going to associate myself with you two, so bye-bye. I was able to get right into the retirement home I was hoping for after I finished talking to Reuben. Both Reuben and his wife really wanted to know where I went, and so they both charged into the hospital my husband was at before demanding to know where I was. But before they could cause too much trouble, the nurses called the police and they were both taken out of the hospital. And as the two tried to wrestle themselves away from the police, they could hear all the nurses inside calling them morons and saying that they can't cry for their parents' help only when it benefits them. Soon after that, Ashley learned about how Reuben had lost his job almost a whole year ago, and that he was using all their savings to try and cover that up. She was so shocked by what she had heard, she couldn't even talk to her husband for days. Things for them only became worse, though, as Reuben was having real difficulties finding a job, and those in the neighborhood would start calling them ungrateful and lousy for never going to their father's funeral. I'm not sure who is all behind it, but recently the house has only become more trashed as there's crap all over the yard now, and the first floor looks like it's about to explode too.
Hey, Taylor! Where are you? The wedding's about to start.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot. Today's our wedding, you know. The guests are already here.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
You've got to hurry up and get to the venue. You know where it is, right? It's our wedding day, and where the hell is the bride? Why isn't she here?
I got married 2 years ago.
What? Taylor, what the hell do you mean by that? You're marrying another guy while I'm right here?
Wait, hold up. You're the one who needs to explain something to me. We've been separated for 3 years now, haven't we?
What? No way! You're kidding!
You can't just forget that. We were together for 5 years, and just when it looked like we were going to get married, you were transferred. So, when you got back, we were supposed to get married, right? But during that transfer, you found another woman. I came to surprise you, only to find you cheating. And we broke up right there on the spot.
Yeah, we broke up, but that was only while I was away, wasn't it? Now that I'm back, we could just get back together. We made a promise, didn't we? You and me, we could still get married like we planned.
What?
I just got back from my transfer. I broke things off with that woman I was with. Now everything's reset. We can start over again. I thought you'd wait for me. That's why I've been planning this wedding.
Why the hell would you think I'd wait for you? I'm never going back to someone who cheated on me.
But we were together for 5 years. You can't just forget all that. Deep down, I know you were waiting for me to come back. You're just hiding it. I get it. I know what you're feeling. It's okay.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? When I came back, we promised to get married on our anniversary. You even said you wanted to have the wedding here at this venue. Today is our special day, our anniversary.
I already had my wedding here. I've already fulfilled that dream.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You've already...
Yes, I've already had the wedding I wanted. I've already moved on. I'm happy now, Taylor. But thanks to you, I'm feeling miserable all over again.
What do you mean you've moved on? You can't just throw away everything we had. I thought we were gonna start over, you and me.
I don't need someone like you in my life. You're the one who ruined everything. Don't ever contact me again. I don't care about the past. You can keep your promises to yourself.
But what about all we've been through? You're just gonna give up on us like that?
I've already found happiness. You're the one who couldn't keep your promises. I'm done. Don't call me again, and don't ruin this moment for me. Is this some kind of horrible joke? On the day of the wedding, the groom just cancels on us like that. Taylor, how can you be so inconsiderate? Huh? I thought you would make a wonderful wife, but now... I'm so disappointed in you. You completely embarrassed us today, and I'm holding you accountable for this. Wait a minute. Why am I being blamed for this? What? You cancel a wedding and this is how you act? My son Dakota has been waiting 3 whole years to marry you because of his transfer. Because of that, your dream of getting married by the time you were 30 couldn't come true. But to get back at us by canceling the wedding like this is so rude. Wait, what? Are you seriously saying this? You're complaining about not being able to fit into a dress by 30? Doing something so childish and petty like this. You're completely out of line. Please, hold on. I really don't understand what's going on here. What are you talking about? Before waiting 3 years for a wedding, we've already broken up, you know? What? Didn't Dakota tell you anything? He must have told you some half-baked story. Dakota and I broke up 3 years ago. The reason? He was cheating on me with another woman at his work transfer location. We broke up right there, and the very next year, I met my current husband and got married. Why on earth would I be getting married to Dakota today? What? What do you mean? What's going on? You broke up and then got married? Weren't you two long distance all this time? Long distance, you say? Ah, so Dakota must have told you something, huh? Yes, he did. I never heard that you broke up. I thought this was just some selfish cancellation from you. The promise was for you to marry by 30, but it couldn't happen because of work transfers. I thought you were angry and canceled the wedding because of that. No, that's not it at all. In fact, I got a message just recently from my ex who I broke up with 3 years ago. He asked me, why aren't you at the wedding? Do you have any idea how shocking that was? What is going on here? I don't understand what you're saying. I don't think you're lying, but this whole situation is confusing. Well, why don't you just ask Dakota directly? If you want, I can talk to him for you. But I think we should all calm down and take some time to process everything.
Hey, Taylor! You're going to pay for the entire wedding that you ruined! You have to take responsibility for the humiliation you caused me!
Huh? Why in the world would I have to pay for that? You're the one who planned the whole wedding without even asking me.
I thought you'd come! I booked the wedding venue you've always dreamed of for our anniversary, thinking you'd want to be there! But then you didn't show up, and not only that, I find out you've gone off and married someone else? Do you have any idea how much that hurt me? That's why you need to pay for everything, to make up for the emotional toll you've caused me!
Stop it! Are you out of your mind? I clearly broke up with you the day I caught you cheating. How could you possibly think I would marry you after what you did?
Well, I thought we could work things out. I didn't believe you'd just end it like that.
And besides, you didn't even try to contact me after that. For 3 years, not a single word. You could have at least contacted me when you came back, saying something like, hey, I'm back from my transfer, or I want to try again, but instead, you ignored me completely. Then you suddenly decide to marry someone else. What kind of logic is that?
Shut up! We were together for 5 years! Even if we didn't speak for 3, we should still be able to pick things up, right? Maybe our hearts are still connected, even if we didn't talk!
Huh? What are you even talking about? How can you think that after all this time, just because we were together for 5 years, things would just magically go back to normal?
Listen, you need to understand my side of things. When I came back from my transfer, everyone, my parents, my coworkers, even my boss, was congratulating me, saying things like, "Finally, you're gonna marry her, right? Congratulations!" I couldn't just turn around and tell them, "Oh, by the way, we're not together anymore." It would have been too humiliating, so I rushed to contact you, hoping you'd want to get back together. But what would I have done if you rejected me? That would have been an even bigger blow, wouldn't it?
What? So you didn't contact me because you were scared I'd reject you? And instead of having an adult conversation, you thought you could just pretend everything was fine and that I'd show up at your wedding? Do you really think I'd go along with that after everything that happened?
That's not what I'm saying. It wasn't about pretending. I just thought, since we shared so much, maybe there was still a chance. I didn't want to believe that you really meant it when you said it was over. I thought if I didn't say anything, maybe you'd still show up and we could pick up where we left off.
This is insane. You've got to be kidding me. You couldn't even face up to the truth and tell me what you wanted. Now, after everything you've done, you're asking me to take responsibility for your mistakes? You've lost all sense of logic.
Enough with the talk! Words are useless at this point. I've spent $50,000 on this wedding. I even spent $10,000 on the ring for you. You owe me that money, everything that I've spent on this foolish plan of yours.
Don't be so ridiculous. You made all these decisions on your own without even consulting me. And now, after dragging me into this mess, you want to blame me? You're the one who acted without thinking. This is all on you.
Shut up! If you can't pay me back, then just marry me! That way you won't have to worry about paying me back at all. We can solve everything, and you won't have to give me a dime!
What did you just say? You're still talking about getting married to me after everything that's happened? You think that's going to make everything better? You seriously expect me to just forget everything and get back together with you? You've got to be joking.
I'm serious! You don't understand! I've been covering up the truth about us with my family and co-workers, pretending like everything was fine. But if we get married now, no one will ever find out we broke up. We can start fresh like nothing happened.
And you think that's going to fix anything? You want me to marry you just so that you can save face in front of your family and coworkers? You really think that's what I want? Are you out of your mind?
You know what? I was never going to break up with you. The woman I was with during my transfer was just a distraction, nothing more. As soon as I was back, I was gonna break up with her and marry you. But everything got messed up, and you suddenly broke up with me. You're the one who ruined this, not me.
What are you even saying? You think I'm supposed to accept your lies and excuses? You can't just gloss over everything and pretend it never happened.
But here's the deal. If you agree to marry me, I'll forgive you. You can either pay me back the $60,000 you owe me for the wedding, or you can divorce your husband and marry me. You get to choose. But don't make the mistake of thinking you'll just walk away without consequences.
Enough! Enough of this nonsense, you arrogant, foolish son!
Huh? What are you even talking about? Why are you bringing my mom into this?
Because I'm with her right now. I had to hear the full truth about yesterday's cancellation directly from him. You're not going to get away with pretending like everything is fine. You're going to hear the truth from us.
What? You and Taylor are talking? What truth are you talking about?
Everything. All of it. I found out about your disgusting affair while you were on transfer. How could you do that? You've crossed a line that's unforgivable. I raised you better than this, and now I don't even know who you are anymore.
No, Mom, you don't understand. It wasn't like that. It was just a fling. I never intended to break up with Taylor. I was just trying to make things right.
Oh, don't try to lie to me. You thought you could keep playing this game, and now look where it's got you. You were hoping Taylor would just ignore everything, come to your wedding, and pretend nothing happened. How could you possibly think that would work?
It was supposed to be simple. I just didn't want her to say no. I didn't want to hear her tell me she didn't want to be with me anymore. So I thought if I didn't say anything, maybe she'd come back to me.
You should have known better. And after everything, you're still trying to manipulate this situation to your advantage. Well, it's not going to work. You've lost the right to call any of the shots here.
Wait! Just listen! You know how hard this has been? I thought if we could just get back to where we were, everything would be okay. But now look at me. I'm stuck in this mess and I don't know how to fix it.
If you need money that badly, I guess I'll have to help you out. I'll go to your company and ask if you can get an advance on your salary. It's the least I can do for you. Let me help.
What? Are you seriously saying that? No, this is not happening. Don't go to my company. This is embarrassing enough already.
Well, you're the one who made this mess, aren't you? If you can't get the money from me, then it's your company that'll help you out. Don't worry, I'm sure they can work something out for you. You've put yourself in this position, so now you have to deal with the consequences.
Stop! Please, just stop! Don't involve my company! I can't handle this. If they find out about the wedding costs, I'll be fired for sure!
Don't worry. You'll be fine. It's not going to be the end of you. But it's the end of everything for you and me.
Fine! I'll deal with everything myself. Pay the $60,000 on my own. Just please stay away from me! I never want to see you again!
Well, you asked for it. Since you don't want my help, I'll just say this. We're done. No more involvement. Let's never speak again.
Hey! What are you gonna do about this? When I showed up for work this morning, the CEO called me into his office first thing. I had no idea what was going on, and then he starts going off at me. What did you do with our business partner? How could you make things so messy? And who the hell gets married to someone they broke up with? Who does that? I was told that I shouldn't even come into work anymore because apparently I'm such an idiot for being involved in all of this.
First, your mother calls you an idiot for the situation, and now the CEO's calling you one too? Poor you, really. You're getting it from all sides now.
Don't even get me started on the CEO. He was brutal. He said I was so stupid it was like I had some kind of mental illness. I'm not kidding. He literally said that I need to go to the hospital right away and get a brain scan to figure out what's wrong with me.
And what's wrong with that? What's so bad about him expressing concern about your well-being? Isn't that a sign of care? Honestly, I think you should take it seriously. You might want to go see a doctor yourself. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Shut the hell up! You think that's kindness? That's not kindness at all! If I go to the doctor and they find something wrong, they're gonna move me to some other department! If they don't find anything, then I'll just be labeled as some crazy person, and they'll send me to some far-off, desolate office where nobody has to deal with me! Either way, it's a complete disaster. There's no escaping it! What am I supposed to do with that?
Oh dear. I can see how much this is upsetting you.
You know, if you had just come to the wedding with me, none of this would have happened. If you had just supported me like you were supposed to, none of this chaos would exist. Do you know how much easier things would have been if you'd just been there? But no, instead, here we are, and it's all your fault. Now what am I supposed to do? Why, of all people, did my ex end up being the business partner? How did everything get so messed up? This whole situation is a nightmare!
I'm not going to do that. This is your mess, your responsibility. This whole thing happened because of your decisions, your actions. And now you want to turn around and make it my problem? You want me to take responsibility for your mistakes? That's just beyond me. If you keep pushing it, I'll just take you to my mom, and we'll talk it through directly. I'm done trying to sort this out with you alone.
You're really serious about this, aren't you? What are you gonna do, bring your family into this mess?
Well, guess what? I've got my own things I need you to take responsibility for. Thanks to your wedding, I've been treated like some emergency no-show, and that's just the beginning of it. On top of that, there are rumors going around about me. Rumors that I was cheating and secretly married someone else without telling anyone. And you want me to just let it slide? You're the one who started those rumors, and now I've got to deal with all the fallout. I want you to own up to that too. All of this is connected to your actions, so now it's time to step up and take responsibility.
Responsibility? What do you want from me? What can I possibly do to fix all of this?
For starters, I'm going to sue you for defamation. That's right. And you can count on me to make sure you pay for the legal fees. Don't think for a second that I'm just going to let this go. You're going to pay for what you've done.
Wait! You're gonna sue me? Are you serious? Are you really taking this to court over everything that's happened? Is that really your plan? I can't even believe this!
It's not a joke, you know. I'm telling you, this whole thing is costing me. My reputation is being dragged through the mud, and it's not just about me anymore. This could even affect my husband, who's an executive at a major company. Do you realize how serious this is? So, if you want to get out of this unscathed, you'd better be ready to take full responsibility for the damage you've caused.
No way! I can't believe this is happening!
We need to sit down and have a real conversation about how we're going to fix this. And not just us, I'm bringing my husband, and we're going to your parents' house to sort this out. I want your mother there to hear both sides. She's the neutral party here, and I'm going to make sure she understands the full scope of this mess.
Wait, you can't bring my parents into this? Things have already gotten so awkward between me and them. You have no idea what it's like right now. My mom hasn't spoken to me in weeks, not even to my dad. It's like I'm invisible to them.
Well, that's your problem, isn't it? I'm not here to worry about your family's issues. I'm here to make sure you understand the seriousness of this situation. I'll be back at your house later, and you'd better be prepared. I'm not backing down. As promised, I went to Dakota's family home with my husband. When the meeting began, Dakota's boss was present as well. The moment the discussion started, both Dakota and his boss bowed deeply in apology. It was clear from their expressions that they were both in a state of deep regret. Dakota, visibly shaken, was informed by his boss that he was being terminated on the spot. His boss, with an air of finality, stated, "This person has no further connection to us. He is no longer part of this company." Dakota's boss continued, "You are free to pursue legal action if you wish, but I ask that you please keep your dealings with us in the future separate from any personal issues." The boss then made a plea to us saying, "Please let our future business dealings remain unaffected." Dakota's parents, standing by, were equally quick to disown him. "We too will sever all ties with this fool," they declared, their voices filled with frustration. "Feel free to pursue any compensation you wish from him." It was almost as if they were relieved to wash their hands of him, and they appeared to want nothing more to do with him either. I could see that Dakota's parents were completely embarrassed and distraught, but it was clear that they had no intention of supporting him any longer. As the weight of their words hit him, Dakota's demeanor crumbled. His face turned pale, and he began to break down in tears. He was finally realizing the full extent of what he had done. The tears flowed freely as he wept in front of us, the guilt and shame overwhelming him. Seeing him like this, I didn't feel any satisfaction or pleasure. There was no sense of victory in watching him suffer. However, it was important for him to realize the consequences of his actions. Pain and remorse in his eyes were, in a way, the outcome we had all been waiting for, an acknowledgement that the consequences were deserved and unavoidable. Despite the emotional scene unfolding before us, I could not back down from what had to be done. We had to secure compensation for the damage he had caused, both to me and to the people who had been affected by his betrayal. This wasn't about revenge, it was about justice and moving forward. After the emotional exchange, Dakota, unable to avoid his responsibilities, agreed to pay a settlement of $20,000 as a form of compensation, on the condition that we would not pursue a lawsuit. The amount was modest compared to the emotional toll, but it was a necessary step in this process. With the money on the table, we both agreed to put an end to the legal proceedings. As we finalized the agreement, Dakota's parents, seemingly exhausted by the ordeal, reiterated their disapproval and informed him that he was no longer welcome at their home. He had been expelled from his family's household, a consequence that had long been a possibility, but was now a reality. They had no sympathy left for him, and their words were harsh. He was now on his own, with nowhere to turn for support. Leaving the house that day, Dakota had no place to go. His parents had disowned him, his career was destroyed, and he had no home. Reports from people who had seen him afterward indicated that Dakota had ended up homeless, living in a park and desperately searching for any kind of work to survive. He was far from the confident, arrogant man he once was. Now, he was reduced to someone struggling to rebuild a life from the ground up. In some ways, I felt sorry for him. To be homeless, alone, and without anyone to help him must have been an unbearable experience. But, in another way, this was the reality he had brought upon himself. He had made choices that led him down this path, and no one could save him from the consequences. As I left Dakota's family home, I reflected on the events that had brought us to this point. The pain, the betrayal, and the hurt were all things I would never forget. But in the end, I felt a sense of relief. The truth had come out and justice had been served. I was finally free from the weight of his actions, and I could look forward to a future that no longer had him in it. In the months that followed, I heard rumors that Dakota was still struggling to get back on his feet. He had reached out to a few acquaintances, hoping for work or a place to stay, but his reputation had already been tarnished beyond repair. People were unwilling to take him in, and the few opportunities that came his way quickly slipped through his fingers. As for me, I was moving forward with my life. My husband and I had found a new sense of peace in our relationship, and the scars from the past were slowly beginning to heal. The ordeal had been difficult, but it had also taught me valuable lessons about resilience, strength, and the importance of standing up for what was right. In the end, Dakota's life had taken a dramatic turn. He had lost everything he once held dear, but as for me, I was determined to move forward, embracing a future full of possibilities and leaving behind the pain and betrayal that had once defined my life.
I heard from Dad. Congrats on your marriage. You guys got the marriage license today, right? Thanks, Stacy. We just got back from the city hall. We're officially a family now. I baked a cake for today, so the three of us should eat it tonight. Huh? Why would I eat cake with you? I'll eat it in my room, so just bring it up. I'm not eating at the same table as a housemaid. What? You finally got a maid, huh? It took longer than expected. Stacy, when you say housemaid, are you referring to me? Who else would I be talking about? You married my dad, which means you are now my personal maid. I'm not a maid. I'm your new mother. We're gonna live together as a family. Why would you do something so hurtful and call me a housemaid? What's so hurtful about that? I have never considered you as a mother since the start. You're nothing but a housemaid in my eyes. Huh? Starting next year, I'll be focusing on getting into college. I really want to put all of my focus into studying, but if I was alone with just Dad, I would have had to focus on cleaning and stuff as well. Plus, getting a good tutor would be tough on Dad, so getting a maid who also has money really helps out. And so you're trying to say that I'm that person. You were really supportive of our marriage, but that was your end goal. Yes, exactly that. Thanks for marrying my dad so quickly and for becoming my personal maid. What? Oh, come on, don't be like that. Every mother is practically a housemaid in their family, so that's why you can just stay quiet and do your job as a maid. Just don't act like an actual mother with me. Remember, you're nothing more than just a housemaid. You're only here to take care of the house and give us money. Hey Ashley, there wasn't enough money for my tutoring fee, so I just took $500 from your wallet. Hang on, I gave you money for that last week. Oh, did you? Well then I guess I'll just keep this as my allowance for this month. I gave that to you as well. Give me that money back. And stop taking money from my wallet like that. Shut up! Jeez. I already used up my allowance, so it can't be helped. If you don't want me to take money from your wallet, then increase my allowance. I give you $200 a month. If that's not enough, then you really need to think about how you're spending your money. Huh? Are you trying to lecture me even though you're just a housemaid? Have you forgotten that I told you not to do that? Anyways, after my tutoring session, I'll be studying with some friends at a restaurant, okay? I'll probably be back at 10. As always, don't get in the bath until after I do. Hey now, why is it always I have to be the last one to bathe? I want to take a bath after I get home from work. Why would a maid be allowed to bathe first? Until Dad and I finish, you're not allowed. Stop this right now. When are you gonna acknowledge me as a family member? I've been so patient with thinking that you'd open your heart to me, but you've only gotten worse with your behavior towards me. I can't stand this for much longer. Ha! That's your fault. You were the one who decided to go through that turmoil for no reason. I have no intention of seeing you as anything other than a housemaid. How horrible. You should just hurry up and accept that you're nothing more than a housemaid. A housemaid shouldn't complain when they have money taken from their wallet. They should be last to bathe and won't eat dinner at the same table as I do. You need to live the life of a maid and get used to it. I see. I really did try my best to get along with you. I see these 3 months were nothing to you. If you're not happy, then maybe you should just leave. You can get a divorce and leave this house. What? Ha! Just kidding. You could never do something like that. I mean, you finally got married, plus Dad is pretty good looking, so I guess you don't want to leave him. You couldn't get anybody else's attention, so you went for a man with a child already, right? You're kidding, right? Is that how you've thought of me this entire time? That's literally the only thought I have about you, besides being a housemaid. A hag like you would never want to get a divorce from a handsome man like my dad. So if that's the case, then stop complaining. Be a good housemaid for me, okay? Jackson, I'm at my limit with Stacy. Could you do something about her?
What's wrong, Ashley? Stacy is just a high schooler who's in a little rebellious stage. She'll warm up to you eventually.
I thought so as well, but I can't do this anymore. Plus, Stacy already told me herself that she has no thoughts about changing her behavior towards me.
Wait, really?
I don't think I can live together as a family. Recently, the idea of divorce has been frequenting my mind.
What?
So, could you try to do something about this situation with her? I won't make a fuss about being on friendly terms with her, but I want to live here normally and not be treated as a housemaid. So please, help out.
Even if you ask me to do something, I feel like I would just be making things worse if I intervened. I think it's best for you guys to sort this out.
Even though your wife is telling you that she's had enough? You still refuse to do anything? Even though it's getting to the point of divorce?
Then divorce me. We just got together, but whatever.
Huh?
I'll go get the divorce papers soon.
Hang on. You're just gonna accept that? You're okay with getting a divorce?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. If we get divorced, I'll just find another woman to marry.
Are you serious? You're not willing to help out a wife in need of help? You're just cruel for flat out agreeing to a divorce.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel like dealing with this stuff. A man should never stick his nose into a fight between women. Duh.
Fine. So that's how it is then. You could just pretend that I'm not being treated as a maid and help out when I'm in need. There's no point in staying together then.
Just make sure you have the property distribution done correctly, okay?
Uh-huh.
You make more money than I do on a yearly basis. Man, it's nice to marry a girl who works hard.
Wait, you only married me for money? That's what it sounds like to me.
Of course, your personality was part of the reason, but the money was the bigger reason.
What?
Anyway, I'll go get the papers. I'll already have my name signed, so just sign yours when you really want to get a divorce.
Could you leave now? You're no longer needed in this house. Huh? I just saw Dad walking with a super pretty lady earlier. They were eating dinner together too. There's no way that's not a date. What did you just say? From afar, it kinda looked like Mom. I guess Dad really has a type, which is the complete opposite of you. How cruel. I thought it was suspicious that he easily agreed to getting a divorce. I see why now. He already had somebody else. What? You guys already talked about getting a divorce? That's so funny. Well, if that's the case, then hurry up and leave already. You're no longer needed here. You're almost done moving out yet, Hag? I was just about to leave. Freedom at last! For a housemaid, you were pretty annoying to say the least. Gosh, it was hard to breathe with you around. In the end, you still call me a housemaid. Well, as your mother, I'll say this. Karma's gonna get you. What goes around must come back around, and you'll soon get your due. You're not even my mother and you're still trying to lecture me? Just shut up and get out of here.
Hey Ashley, what are you doing divorcing me all of a sudden? Why'd you leave?
Huh? You were the one who said I could, so I took your word for it and signed the papers. So go ahead and enjoy your life with that woman who you were with earlier.
What?
Stacy told me everything already. You were happily enjoying your date with a really pretty lady. Not to mention, she looks kinda like your ex-wife. You only agreed to divorce me that easily because you have her, right?
Well, you see, what had happened is...
I'm so over both of you and your daughter. Enjoy your life with that lady.
That's impossible. She isn't someone who looks like my ex-wife. She is my ex-wife. She just rejected me.
Huh?
At first, I thought it was someone who looked like her as well. The cafe I've been going to recently has an employee who looks like my ex-wife, so I traded numbers with her and started texting every day. We went out on a date today, and that was when I realized that it was actually my ex.
Are you serious? You couldn't tell until the date? That's your ex-wife though.
She had a different hairstyle and wore a mask when she was working. I really couldn't tell it was her, even though she recognized me immediately.
What?
She apparently heard from someone that I got remarried and decided to accept going out with me on purpose. She called me out for still being a cheater. The worst date ever.
Wait, let me get this straight. You guys got a divorce because she cheated on you, right? Yet she called you out for being unfaithful? This isn't adding up at all.
I'm sorry. I was lying about that. It's actually the other way around. I was extremely unfaithful throughout my previous marriage, and she got sick of it and left me.
What?
Stacy was on my side and coldly told her mother that she's being too dramatic over something like cheating. She caused my ex-wife to leave the both of us.
Wait, so you guys have been playing with me the entire time? Hiding the real reason for your divorce and setting me up as the maid from the start? Even going as far to go for my money as well? You both are horrible people.
Please, Ashley, rethink the divorce. I'll be sure to tell Stace to knock it off with the housemaid stuff.
Don't be ridiculous. Just because your potential next wife plan failed doesn't mean you should be acting like this. You divorce me but get my money. Get back together with your pretty ex-wife. All that went down the drain, it must stuck for you. Thanks for leaving so fast. Now, we just wait for my dad to marry that mom lookalike. I'm not worried though. Dad will easily get married again. He's way too handsome not to. Your handsome father just got rejected, so you guys are back to the life with just the two of you. Wait, he got rejected? Turns out that she was actually your mother, and your father didn't notice and got rejected. You're lying. I don't believe you. Ask your dad for more details about it. Our divorce got approved, so I'm no longer your mother. I never want to go near a father and their child who would hide the real reason they got divorced in the first place. Ugh! So you ended up finding out, huh? I'm not even mad at you both. I'm just so over it. Never show your faces ever again. Bye. Why would I? Dad will find another person easily. You can just leave your money and go. I'm expecting a lot of money from you. Huh? You got a divorce, so you're gonna have to pay for it. Even though you were just the housemaid, you were written as my mother, so of course, you're gonna have to pay for childcare. Dad told me that you have a lot of money despite your age, but thanks to property distribution, half of that is going to us. Like father, like daughter, huh? I have no need to pay for childcare, and don't plan on paying much for property distribution either. My assets don't count within that marriage. Wait, really? I don't know if you're really smart or really dumb, honestly. You guys both don't know anything about that stuff, and yet try to play me like a con artist. What do you mean it's not covered? Even if you guys were married for a few months, that should count for something. That's just how it is. Assets before marriage don't count at all. Property distribution only counts towards those few months I was married to your father as well. What? Plus, while we did get our marriage license, I never claimed you as my child, so I have no need to pay for childcare. That's all you get from me after this. So we won't get any money from the divorce? Yep, you're practically getting nothing. If anything, you're probably gonna have to leave that house as well. Huh? We all moved to that house as a family, right? I paid for every single month of rent for that house, so your father is supposed to be paying me. Although, I think the price is a bit too high for him. I mean, the rent is $3,000 a month, which is impossible for a person who makes less than me to pay for. $3,000 a month? That house is that expensive? It's a really good area, which is an easy amount for someone like me to get paid $20,000 a year. I think your father is gonna struggle a bit on this one. Wait. You were making that much money? Yep. So for a hag like me, I have so much money saved. That can't be true. I heard you were making a decent amount, but not this much. You're practically rich. I'll be going back to living a peaceful, rich, and single life without rude daughters and unfaithful husbands. Hang on, Ashley. I have a feeling we're gonna be able to get along really well. Even if we aren't bound by blood, I think we really can be a family. Huh? So come back, Ashley. Everything I was doing before was just me being rebellious, but That's all done now. I'll get along with you. Wow, you suck at acting. Well, even if it wasn't, you're too late anyways. Have fun with your dad. Goodbye. After not being able to afford rent, I heard that they moved to a rundown apartment. Jackson started looking for a wife again. But even for a good-looking man, having 2 strikes on a marriage is a bit suspicious. After not getting attention from anybody, he probably got really annoyed, leading him to be more aggravated towards Stacy. Apparently, they don't even eat dinner together anymore. Since being forced to handle all the chores, Stacy finally started to regret her previous actions. She sincerely apologized to me over text about everything, although I completely ignored it. Hopefully this will help her grow even more as a person.
Sean, I'm at my limit. I can't take this anymore. I've been taking care of your mom all this time by myself. You need to help out too.
Are you kidding? You want me to help you? Why should I? That's the sort of thing a wife does, and last time I checked, I'm the man of the house.
And I'm fine with taking on the brunt of the responsibilities, but I can't do it on my own. Your mom has dementia, and it keeps getting worse and worse. It's been 2 years since she got so bad that she couldn't live by herself anymore, Sean. Don't you think it's about time you considered placing her in an assisted living facility? This isn't just about me, remember? I'm concerned about getting your mother the amount of care that she requires.
How could you even think about suggesting that? You want me to just toss my own mother in a nursing home to rot? I could never do that to her.
First, that is totally not what I said, so please don't put words in my mouth. Second, if you're reluctant to send her to assisted living facility, I understand. How about hiring an elderly care professional to come to the house? It doesn't have to be every day. Even just someone over to help 3 days a week would be fantastic.
Hiring someone costs money, Linda. You, however, work for free.
I'm well aware that it costs money, Sean. You don't need to remind me. But it's not like we're doing that poorly financially. And I also know that your mother has a very sizable amount of savings. Couldn't you use some of that? Seeing as it is for her care, I don't think she'd have any problem with that.
Wait, why do you know about that?
You keep a pretty tight grip on her bank book, but I managed to catch a glimpse from over your shoulder when you were opening it up the other day. So I know that she has more than enough to be able to spend some of it on her care and still have plenty left over.
Oh, so you were spying on me? Well, regardless, you're not using that money. All of that money is gonna be mine someday. It's my inheritance. Every cent of that money that I use on my mom is one less cent that I'll have to use for myself. So no, there's no way I'll ever let you use that money.
Okay. Then at the very least, you need to step up and help me out. If you don't want to spend any money on her, then how about you give me a hand with her every now and then?
I can't help take care of my mom. I'm a man, Linda. I could never do anything like give her a bath or change her diapers. It makes me sick just thinking about it. So don't even bother to ask. Stop crying and keep doing everything like you've always done.
All right, well, if you don't want to do all the dirty work, what about just cooking her meals or something? Or, I don't know, just coming by to talk to her would be enough. I'm trying to tell you that I don't want you to put everything on my shoulders anymore.
And I'm telling you that I'm not gonna do it. I don't have that kind of free time. You expect me to give my all at work and help you out at home? How selfish can you be?
There you go again. Every time I ask you for help, you always use your job as an excuse. Is your work so important that you can't spare even a few minutes a day to help your mother?
Look, you just need to put on your big girl pants, grit your teeth, and just keep doing everything like you have been. It's not like my mom has all that much longer left anyway. Both of our lives will get way easier once I get my hands on my mom's inheritance, so just put up with it for a little while longer, okay?
This isn't about money, Sean. Please. All I want is to have some free time for myself. Do you have any idea what it's like to be constantly interacting with someone suffering from dementia? I'd like to see you try it sometime. It's lonely, frustrating, saddening, and I'm just playing at my wit's end.
Oh, please, don't try to play the victim with me. You're not the only one having a hard time. I've had to put up with so much crap from you ever since you started looking after my mom. I keep waiting and waiting for you to finally be able to balance the housework and taking care of my mom, but you're still completely incompetent. And let me tell you another thing, just what is this crap you've been cooking lately? It's like you're making nothing but frozen dinners.
I'm on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Whenever your mom needs anything, I have to run over to go help her. You can't honestly expect me to be able to keep an immaculate household under that kind of workload.
Excuses, excuses, excuses. Is that all you've got? If you've got this much time on your hands to complain about how much work you have to do, why not spend a little time learning to do it better? I'm the one earning the income that allows you to be a housewife, and don't you forget that. You've got a job to do, and I expect you to do it.
Linda, what is going on with you? You didn't come out to see me yesterday. I haven't seen you in ages. I was really looking forward to having some time to catch up. What? I showed up to the restaurant 15 minutes early, but you never came. Then, right when I figured you had stood me up and I was about to leave, your husband comes waltzing into the room. If you're going to cancel on me at the last minute, at least have some decency to tell me personally. The last person I want to hear it from was your husband. Chelsea? What are you talking about? I don't believe this. You didn't cancel on me. You just completely forgot? Forgot about what? It was the worst night of my life. He started out by apologizing that you weren't gonna make it, so I started to walk back to my car. But then he tells me that he wants to treat me to dinner to apologize. So we sit down at the table and he immediately starts complaining about his work, his colleagues, his health, you. He just whined the whole time. I'm not a freaking therapist. Hold on, Chelsea. I'm sorry, I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. We were supposed to meet up yesterday? I don't remember us talking about that. And Sean took you out to dinner? Huh? Yeah, we were supposed to meet up. Didn't Sean tell you? He was the one that asked me to go out with you in the first place. He said that you were so tired from taking care of his mother that he wanted me to spend some time with you. So he gave me a time in a restaurant and told me you would meet me there. This was all Sean's plan? No, Chelsea, he never said anything about that to me. He didn't? But that doesn't make any sense. Then again, nothing that happened last night made any sense. There I was, thinking I would get to have some girl-to-girl time with my best friend, but you canceled at the last second. And then I ended up having to spend the whole evening with your husband. I'm so sorry about all of that, Chelsea. I'm going to go ask him what happened right now. I'll text you back once I know more. Sean, I just got a text from Chelsea. Would you mind explaining to me just what you were doing? You used me to lure my best friend out to dinner? What in the world is going on?
Oh, sweet little Chelsea told you about last night, huh? Tell me, did she say anything about me to you? Like how I was a perfect gentleman and treated her to a wonderful evening?
Don't dodge the issue, Sean. Answer my question. You used me as bait to get my best friend to come out and meet you, didn't you? And you did all of this without saying anything to me. What do you think you're doing, Sean?
What's the big deal? All I wanted was to have a good meal for a change.
What?
I'm sick and tired of your sloppy cooking, Linda. I want real food, but I couldn't go out to eat by myself. That would just be embarrassing. That's when I got this great idea. I don't have to eat alone. I'll just call one of your friends to give me some company.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm out of patience from dealing with you. You made me have to eat out to get a decent meal. Someone has to take responsibility for that, and if it isn't you, it may as well be someone close to you.
You are out of your mind. Tricking my best friend into having dinner with you so you could complain to her about everything, including me? You're a real jerk, Sean.
Whoa, 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 who are you calling a jerk, Linda? I'd say that I'm one of the least jerky husbands out there.
What? You're gonna have to explain that one.
You've been on my back for months saying you want some time to yourself, right? Now I would have loved to let you go and have a drink with your friend, but you have to take care of my mom. So out of the kindness of my heart, I went out drinking with your friend for you. I heard about all the stupid crap she's been doing lately. I'll tell you all about it later while you're making my dinner. So you can get the full experience of drinking with your friends while at the same time doing your housework.
Are you being serious right now? Is this some kind of a prank?
Man, though, that Chelsea is a knockout. She's always been pretty hot, but I think she looks better now in comparison to how much you've let yourself go. A delicious meal with a beautiful woman. It was heavenly. You should have her give you some fashion and makeup tips. With her help, you might look a little less frumpy.
You want me to clean the house, cook our meals, and take care of your mom, all while looking like some Instagram model? If that's what you want, then help me out sometimes, Sean.
How many times do I have to tell you, Linda? I ain't doing anything to help you with my mom, so stop asking.
Fine. I don't want or expect anything from you anymore. I don't care what you do from now on, but leave Chelsea out of it. Never ask her out to dinner again.
Uh-oh, is that jealousy I detect? Are you bitter that Chelsea and I grew closer to one another over a nice meal? Then you had better become a better housewife, Linda. None of this would have happened if you could cook semi-decently. Thanks for taking care of all the funeral arrangements, Linda. Oh, and thanks so much for taking care of my mom for me all these years. It must have been super hard on you taking all of that stuff on by yourself.
Why, yes, Sean. Yes, it was. It was quite difficult for me. I was 100% responsible for caring for my elderly mother-in-law, who was suffering from severe dementia without cease for 5 years. It's strange, though, that you would wait until right now to express any words of gratitude towards me.
Meh, I figured you earned a compliment. Thanks to you, I had a really easy time of things, and now I can start living my brand new life without any regrets.
Huh? Your new life? What are you talking about?
Now that the funeral's over, there's something I've been waiting a very long time to tell ya. We're getting divorced. I left a stack of divorce papers in the kitchen. Go and sign them as soon as you get a chance.
You want to divorce me?
Yeah, and I've been waiting for this moment for ages. I've already signed all the places I need to. Once you're finished, I'm going straight over to the courthouse to submit them. And do hurry up, won't you? I want to get married to my sweet little Chelsea as soon as possible.
Chelsea? Sean, hold on just 1 second. That was a joke, right? Not the part about the divorce, the part about Chelsea. You're not getting married to her, are you?
Joking? Why would I be joking about the happiest moment in my life? I hate to say this, Linda, but who am I kidding? I love being able to finally tell you this. Sweet little Chelsea is madly, deeply, truly in love with me. What kind of man would pass up an opportunity to be with a babe like her?
What?
Remember when I took her out to dinner a few years ago? I know you were totally oblivious to this, but the truth is that we've been meeting up in secret ever since then. And it wasn't just me asking her out either. It feels like most of the time she was the one asking me out. And not once did she ever ask me to bring you along. In fact, she never even mentioned you at all. You don't mean anything to her, Linda. All she wants is me. You see, it's obvious that she's in love with me. I'm not dense enough to miss all those obvious signs.
Well, Sean, I'm glad that you've been enjoying your life these past several years. While you were out getting all lovey-dovey with my best friend, I was stuck at home caring for your dying mother. And now, on the evening of her funeral, you go and drop all of this on me at once?
Sorry, babe, but I just can't hold back anymore. I'm freaking losing my mind over here. I mean, think about it. I've got one of the baddest hotties in the city in the palm of my hand. She could have any guy she wants, but she chose me. I'll bet that right now my mom is looking down at me, feeling so proud of her son for landing a catch like my sweet little Chelsea.
Uh-huh. So, you're serious about divorcing me, aren't you?
Dead serious, and I want to get it over with as quickly as we can. Within the week, if possible. Now that my mom's dead, I don't have any reason to keep you around. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. You'll get a fair amount of alimony from me. So don't be a whiny brat about this, okay? Just be a good little girl and sign those divorce papers. Oh, and make sure you get a good gift for our wedding. Chelsea's your best friend, after all. I would appreciate it if you'd wear a mask, though. Not because I'm afraid of getting sick, I just don't want your ugly mug ruining my wedding.
That's a mighty nice plan you've built up for yourself there. Would you like to know Chelsea's opinion on the whole thing?
Huh?
She's sitting right next to me, and she's laughing so hard I think she might just have an aneurysm. In her words, "That creepy old geezer thinks I'm in love with him? What a pathetic delusional loser."
Hey, she would never talk about me that way. She loves me. You're making all that up. She's not really sitting next to you. She's not really sitting next to you, is she?
She is, actually. She sent me a text immediately after the funeral was finished. She said she wanted to meet up and have a talk with me. So I went to a nearby cafe and, well, here we are.
What? Why would she be going out of her way to meet up with you? You're her rival in the battle for my heart. You're nothing but an obstacle to her.
I'll have you know, Linda is my best friend in the entire world. I will never see her as an obstacle, no matter what life has in store for us. And yes, I was the one who reached out to her and asked her to meet me here. After all, my best friend was finally free from having to take care of her dying mother-in-law. She can relax and enjoy life for the first time in 5 years. How could I not be with her in such a happy moment? I'm her best friend.
Wait, Chelsea, is that really you?
Oh, now it's just Chelsea, is it? What happened to my sweet little Chelsea? Ugh. Every time you called me that, you made me want to puke. Blah.
But huh?
If you must address me, you can call me ma'am. I swear to God, if you call me sweetheart or angel one more time, I'm going to tear you limb from limb, you creepy old geezer.
But but ma'am, why are you talking so, so mean to me right now? You aren't usually like this. I mean, you really do love me, don't you? You always acted so much sweeter to me during our secret little rendezvous.
Rendezvous? That's a joke, right? Who would ever fall in love with a dirty old man like you?
Well, you did, ma'am. You fell in love with me, right? And you want to marry me so we can be together forever. That's why you kept meeting up with me for dinner all these years while keeping it a secret from my wife.
I'm sorry. Didn't Linda tell you what I said about you earlier? For the record, I used a lot worse words to describe you than creepy old geezer. But let's keep this conversation G-rated, shall we? So no, I don't love you. I actually thoroughly despise you to the very core of my being. You've been treating my best friend like a slave for all of these years. I had to scarf down 20 antacids every time I went to dinner with you because the stress of looking at your ugly face gave me heartburn.
How can you say that to me? Don't forget that you were the one who invited me out most of the time. Is this some weird hard-to-get act? I thought our relationship was beyond that point.
I'm not hard to get. I'm impossible to get for you. The only reason I ever went out to dinner with you was to help out Linda. This was the only way in the world that Linda could ever get some peace and quiet time all to herself. She gave up hope of you ever caring about her and stopped asking. So I started asking you out in order to force her to take some time for herself. All those smiles and giggles I gave you during those meals, they were all fake. I was acting.
No, that can't be true.
It was all worth it though, because thanks to my noble sacrifice, Linda was able to be totally free, if only for a little while. She called in an elderly care service to look after your mom for her, and while they were at the house, she was able to read a book, watch TV, enjoy a nice meal, and even just catch up on sleep. So yeah, don't be delusional. I didn't want to go out to dinner with you. I tolerated it. Every single one of our dates was just a cover for Linda to be able to relax.
I don't believe you! You mean you were deceiving me? You didn't actually have any feelings for me?
Trust me, Sean. I have guys lining up to talk to me at every club I go to, and even the least attractive one of them is 5 times the man you are. Linda is an absolute saint, though. She told me that I didn't have to do this for her, and tried to get me to stop. But after seeing how much stress she was under with a senile mother-in-law and an uncaring husband, I had to do anything I could for her.
This can't be!
A few times, she even tried to hand me some money afterward to pay me for my time. But, like, you were taking me to some of the most expensive restaurants in town. Getting awesome food for free was all the things I needed, so I turned her down every time. So, again, for the record, this whole scheme was 100% my idea. Linda had no part in it. You had better not try to take out your frustration over this on her. Got it?
But Chelsea, I was serious about you. I was going to divorce Linda so I could be with you. I already signed the divorce papers. It's over between us. I've sacrificed everything for you. Are you just gonna let that sacrifice be in vain?
You making some of the dumbest decisions possible isn't my fault. I will never marry you, ever. I would rather die. You made your bed, now lie in it. Divorce Linda and set her free once and for all. She's gonna come and live with me now. If I ever see you come within even 1 city block of Linda, I'm gonna track you down and slap some sense into you.
What's going on, Linda? What is this thing you sent me? What business do you have demanding any money from me?
I have every right to demand that money from you, actually. The amount you see on the bottom of that page is nothing more than my fair share of your assets. That, and a share of your mother's inheritance.
You idiot! Are you serious? You don't have any right to my mother's inheritance! So what if you were her babysitter for the last 5 years of her life? You're still nothing but her daughter-in-law. I, however, am her son! Her only son, and as such, I'm entitled to everything! Didn't you even do the bare minimum amount of research before you sent me this thing?
Allow me to turn that question right back at you, Sean. Didn't you do the bare minimum of research before texting me? If you did, you noticed that there were very important changes in the law several years ago.
Huh? What change?
It was made so that family members who spend a certain amount of time caring for their relatives are also entitled to a claim of certain percentages of their estate when they pass away. It doesn't matter if I'm not her blood relative. All that matters is that I was her caretaker. There's not a single thing on those documents that isn't clearly defined in the applicable inheritance law.
Really?
Yes, really. If you want to know more, you can go ahead and shoot sweet little Chelsea a text and ask her. After all, she's the lawyer who's representing me in our divorce proceedings. I bet she would do a much better job at explaining the relative sections of the law to you.
Wait, what? Chelsea's a lawyer?
You've been going out to dinner with her at least once a month for the past several years, and you never even asked her about what she did for a living?
Well, she was always so intently listening to what I had to say while we were out together. She's a really good listener, and she was always really engaged in our conversations.
Yep, she's a great lawyer. She knows just how to get a person to go blabbing about all the information she wants to get out of them. I would hate to be on the receiving end of her lawyering skills. Sucks to be you.
Damn it! Damn it, this sucks! I don't care if your haughty friend is a lawyer. I'm not giving you one single solitary cent of my inheritance. I'll have you know I just found my mother's will in her desk the other day. I know that when I open this, it's gonna say in big, bold letters that I get everything she owned.
Wow, you found your mom's will. What's it say?
Don't rush me, I'm getting there. Let's see. To whom it may concern, I, Cheryl Longworth, having received the loving care of my son and his wife in the waning years of my life, do hereby bequeath, are you ready, Linda? Here it comes, half of my estate to my daughter-in-law, Linda. What the? She left half of her estate to you? Why would she do a thing like that?
Well, thank you so much for reading that for me, Sean. I had no idea that your mother was planning to be so generous to me in death. I was only going to sue you for the minimum amount I'm entitled to for caring for your mom, but I think I'll withdraw that suit now.
No! That's okay, go ahead and sue me!
No, Sean, I think I'll take half of everything instead. After all, that's what your mother wanted. You wouldn't want to go against your mother's dying wishes, would you?
Screw her dying wishes, I want the money!
I'll have to let Chelsea know about the will as soon as possible. She'll need to do some more paperwork for me. I think I'll let her handle everything from here on out, actually.
Hey, we don't need to get lawyers involved in this, do we? Can't we settle this like adults?
Oh, you want to settle? That's fine with me. I'd like to avoid a lengthy trial if possible. Here are my terms. Screw you, pay me. Since Sean went to the trouble of finding his mom's will for me, the divorce proceedings didn't take long. I received half of his mom's estate, as she had it in her will, and also half of Sean's assets. My friend Chelsea is letting me live in the guest room of her awesome house for the time being. I think I'll stay here for a while. It's great being able to have some pleasant company for a change. As for my ex-husband Sean, having never cooked a single thing in the entire time we've been married, he was at a loss for how to feed himself with me gone. He ended up going out to eat for every meal, which both expanded his waistline and shrunk his pocketbook. He's burning through the remaining half of his assets at an incredible pace. From what I hear, he's already used up just about everything his mom left for him. I'm glad his mother never lived to see what a pathetic little wretch she'd become.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.